Hi, welcome to another filmmaking tutorial. My name is Tom Antos, and today I'm going to talk about umbrella lights and their use in fashion, glamour photography, and music videos. Here's an example that we're going to be working on. This is the original scene, and we're going to turn this into this kind of a looking shot. This example uses only 3 lights. Again, like in most of my tutorials, I try to stick to as few lights as possible, and also lights that are available to most people out there, so you can try this, on your little production at home, but still be able to get professional kind of results. So the first thing I'll start off is kind of explaining what are umbrella lights. Umbrella lights are basically, like you see up here in this example, it's basically an umbrella with a silver kind of a lining or a cloth inside it, which allows you to bounce the light off of. It's very similar to any kind of reflector that is used in photography or film or video productions. The difference is the shape of it. Because of its kind of a curved shape, it bounces light within the umbrella, internally a lot more, creating a very kind of even and soft kind of look. The umbrella lights are sort of like softboxes, but they're a little bit less directional, and the shadows are I would say even softer. So here's the light that I'm going to use in this example. Mounts on a standard light stand. You can buy this kind of a mount that holds the light bulbs and the umbrella together on eBay or any kind of photography store. Just look out there. This one that I got cost me around it's around $80, I believe, altogether. Basically what it does is it mounts on a standard light stand, and then it will allow you to attach an umbrella. The umbrella that I'm using here in this example is fairly large. It's around 45 or 50 inches even I believe, which is probably as big an umbrella as you'll ever want. It's going to allow you to light a pretty big area. Like you can light, let's say if you're lighting a model, you can light them from head to toe. You can see me up here mounting the umbrella into this light stand, and then up here I'm gonna put in 2 light bulbs, and these are fluorescent light bulbs. They're about 100 watts each. The reason why I'm using fluorescent as opposed to tungsten lights is because this umbrella that I have cannot handle very, very high temperatures, and since fluorescent lights produce very little heat, they work perfectly. If I were to put, let's say, a 1000 watt, let's say, tungsten light in here, it would probably just melt the umbrella away, or set the whole thing on fire, which is not the safest way to work. Whereas these 2 fluorescent light bulbs together, they draw around 200 watts, yet the amount of light they output is comparable to probably around let's say like a 600 watt light, tungsten light. So they're pretty nice and strong, and basically what you do is you point these light bulbs straight at the umbrella, not at your subject, so that you're not lighting the subject directly with the light bulbs. Instead, what you're doing is you're allowing the light to kind of bounce all over this umbrella and then shine back onto your subject, creating kind of a big light source. Then the second kind of a light that I'm going to be using in this example is a 1000 watt tungsten. These are actually red heads. You see me mounting them up here, and here in the back I just adjust them to spot so that they kind of limit the amount of spill, and they just kind of this way they create a kind of very concentrated light source. Here's a little diagram of how the whole setup looks. We start with the camera pointing at our foreground subject, and in the corner on the left side we'll see our background subject kind of leaning there against the post. Again, this whole setup is located in the back of this little restaurant slash lounge that had a lot of very nice practical lights on the walls, and the chandeliers that you see there in the corner, which kind of add a lot to the overall look of this shot. So once again, it's something that I talk about in tutorial 1, and then later on in tutorial, I believe 3. Production value, location scouting, all those kind of things, they all add up to the overall look of your shot. So it's something to pay attention. Then here I add the 200 watt umbrella, which is just off to the left side of the camera and around 6 feet away from the subject. And then I just put two the 1000 watt lights, one aiming straight at the subject in the background and just illuminating her, and then another one kind of to the right side, slightly behind our foreground subject, kind of creating this rim light from the side. Just kind of adds a more dramatic kind of touch to the shot. And here's the final shot. What it's still missing is a little color correction, which we'll do at the end. I want to show you maybe a few examples of what you can do with umbrella lights. Here's a few photographs that I took a few years back of this model, and again, and here, as you can see, what it allowed me to create is very kind of even, soft kind of looking light, no harsh shadows. As you can see, the skin also looks very, very smooth and silky. That's kind of what big umbrella lights are good for, because they add this very even and very kind of soft reflection in the skin or in any metal kind of objects. You can see up here when you look at the bracelets she's wearing, or also, you know, in the eyes of the subject, or any kind of shiny surfaces, which just kind of adds this nice sparkle and, you know, this kind of glamour look to your shot. And now we're going to go back to our example, and here's basically with color correction our final shot. I'm intercutting it here with basically a wider version of that shot. All I simply did is I changed out the lens. I started out on a 50mm lens, and then I switched to a 24mm lens, and I don't have to readjust the lights or nothing. And this way I got, you know, two different kind of shots that I can intercut together. And here's the final thing.
But I tried getting a start with the basics. This girl got me intrigued. The good girl, but it's hard to believe. I don't know, she the type I would kick it with. She seemed like she the wife I could live it with. If she rides, I don't know what I've driven in. If it was a race, I don't know when I'm finishing. I see the
I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any more suggestions, comments, please leave them below. And also, if you create any videos yourself using some of these techniques that I explained up here, feel free to respond to this video, and I'm gonna add it so others can see it. And also, if you have any questions or comments, message me or email me. Thanks, bye.